now because that was like such a confusing system.
Crazy.
Somebody help me, please. I'm suffocating.
That have from K to
So, in other words,
5.
Americans like to confuse people.
Yeah, and then that 7 and 8 is on the subtime.
For us, it's the most serious year ever. Yo, crazy stuff like
Yeah, you get the double.
Americans. Oh, okay.
Welcome to Chilling with the Chaplins. I'm LJ with my lovely wife, Lady Caesar, and yes, welcome to Sunday
Fun Day.
Yes, and today we just want to discuss and talk about the education system between the U.S. and
South
Africa. And so we just want to get started with the education system because there is a difference between both countries.
Yes, and in fact, it's actually big, I think. All right, let's get started. So, what is the age of kids going to school in America for the first time?
5 years old.
For us, it's between 6 and 7.
6 and 7. Yes, for us it's 5 years old. But I do have to throw this out there because kids can start preschool at 3 years old.
3?
3. Preschool.
Okay, so there's preschool before.
Yes, before.
But I didn't say preschool. I said school. Okay, because we also have preschool.
Okay.
Which is grade 0.
Grade 0.
Right, and kids can go to school there as well at 5, 6.
5, 6.
Yeah.
Okay. For
it
us,
depends when you're born. So when you're born after June, because you'll know why, I'll explain later.
Yes.
When you're born after June, then you cannot be admitted at school, like big school.
Okay. And so now for us, preschool start at 3, and the kids have to be 5 years old before they can start kindergarten by September.
So then you're talking about kindergarten. So kindergarten for us is grade R.
Grade R.
So that's like it's a reception school.
Yes.
Where
Yes.
you're coming from. So it's creche, right? Where babies and toddlers, and then you go to grade 0.
Grade 0, which is kindergarten for us.
And then you go to grade R.
Okay, no. So it's
Creche.
Kindergarten, preschool.
You have creche, right?
No, it's preschool.
You do have creche.
No.
Yes. Where do small children go?
Preschool.
No, it's creche.
No. Daycare?
Yes, daycare. Okay, so you have daycare, we have creche.
Okay, daycare.
You guys call it daycare, we call it creche.
And then preschool?
And then, so with us it's preschool too, but it's also called grade 0.
Okay.
Okay.
And then they have to be 5 years. They had to be 5 years old before September to go to kindergarten.
Okay.
And that's when they start official school.
For us, it's 6 years, 5 to 6, where they are in grade R, which is a reception, stands for reception year.
Okay.
And then because depending on the ages as well, if they are turning 6 after June, I might be wrong. Then you are not allowed to start grade R. Then we have, you're going to be in school for the next 7 years.
7 years.
Literally. So after grade R, you start grade 1, we call them grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, up to grade 7. So that's primary school for us. But I want to tell you this. When I was little, we didn't used to call it grades when I was in primary school.
Okay.
The first 2 years of primary school, which is now known as grade 1 and grade 2, used to be sub A and sub B.
Okay.
Then once you've passed sub A and sub B, you then not graduate, but you go to now standard 1.
Standard 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you do standard 1, standard 2, standard 3, standard 4, standard 5.
Okay.
So 5 years, but with sub A and sub B. So that's 7 years.
Okay.
But now, because that was like such a confusing system, they just did grade 1 to grade 7.
Yes.
So that's the whole of primary. So how does your first part of schooling goes? What is it called?
Well, from kindergarten to grade 8 is elementary, primary,
Right.
and middle school.
Okay.
So from kindergarten to grade 8. Now from
You don't call it grade 8 though. You call it 8th grade. So you do it the
8th
opposite
grade.
side.
Yes, 8th grade. Well, we also call it 7th grade as well. So 7th, 6th, 1st grade, 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade.
But we call it grade 1, grade 2, grade 3.
No, we call it first grade, 2nd
They
grade.
just have to be special.
And we are a special country. Yeah, I'm saying we're unique. We gotta be different. We are creative. We are a creative country, so we gotta be unique. We're creative.
Somebody help me, please. I'm suffocating.
So here's the thing, because now it's middle school, elementary, and primary is from grade kindergarten to 8th grade, right? Now you do have some schools though that has middle school where they have school from kindergarten to 4th grade.
Yeah.
So they split up. You got some schools that got school from K to 8. Then you have some schools that
So
have
what does K stand for? Kindergarten.
kindergarten.
Okay.
Grade K to 8th grade. Then you got some schools that's from
So that's grade R to grade 7 for us.
yes. And
So what do
I
you
believe
call
I'm
that?
not sure.
So what do you call it? Primary.
Primary, yes, primary, elementary, primary or elementary. So and then you have some schools that have from kindergarten to 4th grade, which is called middle school. That's because they only go from K to 4, so that's middle school. And then they graduate from 4th grade, and then they go to another school for 5th, 6th, and 7th grade for the rest of the
So what is that
primary.
one called? 5th, 6th, and 7th?
It's just primary.
Okay.
Yeah,
I guess
they
confused as
they
well.
don't really have junior high. Now you do have some schools as well, like I said, that's separate, where you might have a school that have just 5th grade, then you might have a school that have from K to
So in other words,
5.
Americans like to confuse people.
Yeah, and then you might have a school that just have that might separate 7th and 8th graders.
Or in other
And they
words,
call it junior
Americans
high.
like to complicate things.
Yeah. Well, no, but a lot of times they're in the same. Sometimes some schools that do have K to 8, they might separate. You have the K to 4 in one department, like maybe the first floor, and that's middle school, and then 5 and 6 is then on the second floor, and then 7 and 8 is on the sometimes on the 3rd floor.
Let's move on,
And they
because
call
I
junior high.
am
And I know it can be. Yes, it can be.
Anyway.
Especially when you're not from the U.S. But for us, it's not confusing because we've been,
You're used to it.
we're used to it.
So we like to keep things simple.
Yes.
So from us, grade R, right up to grade 7, that's primary school.
And then what is 8? Oh.
And
okay.
then grade 8, we don't say it the other way around. We say grade 8 to grade 12. That's high school.
High school. See? So grade 8 start at high school for y'all, with K to 8 is middle school, elementary, and primary. And high school starts for us from 9th grade to 12th grade. And we don't say 9th grade to 12th grade when you get in high school.
Oh boy. Okay, I'm ready. Go for
You ready?
it. Yeah.
So when you get into high school, what we call 9th grade, we say freshman. So we also we also make fun like freshman, we say freshman, fresh meat. Cause they the fresh blood. They just coming into the high school. So we call them freshmen or
9th
fresh
grade
meat.
would be for us, that's standard, okay, not in standard forms, but for grade forms, that's grade 9. Okay, so that's the second year of high school. Go ahead.
Yeah. So we call them fresh meat because they just coming into the high school. Fresh meat because they fresh meat. They new to the school. This is their first time in high school, and so also they could be uncomfortable because they meeting new people, their peers. So we call them fresh meat, because they freshmen. They coming into a new school.
Right.
So we call it fresh meat. 10th grade, we say sophomore. Because now they're
so
second
everybody
year.
has their own name?
Yeah, everyone have their own name. So 10th grade is sophomore, 11th grade is junior because they one step closer to 12th grade and graduated. And then 12th grade is senior because that's the last year of high school. So we call them senior year. Yeah, senior year.
So for us, 12th grade or grade 12 is matriculants. Yes. And they that's the last year of high school.
Yes. And so 12th grade is the fun year. That's when you have your prom, you take senior pictures, so you have senior trips, you have all these different things. You know, basically, in America, when you get to be a senior, you also have you even have programs where you have like maybe you go to school during the day, and then in the afternoon you have work.
Oh.
Yeah. So when you get to senior.
when you're senior.
Yeah, when you're senior.
Okay.
Some people don't.
Do you guys have night school?
Yes, we do.
For adults.
Yes, for adults.
Because we've got a night school too.
Yeah, for adults.
For people who are going to school after they've reached they are older.
Yeah, because maybe they didn't finish high school at the normal time, and maybe sometimes people drop out, or maybe life happens.
Yeah,
life happens.
So at least we got that similar night school. Yeah.
So, but senior year, but they do have you can work. So it's fun because a lot of times when you get to be a senior, you don't really take that many classes. A lot of times more relaxed. You chill, especially if you did what you're supposed to do from freshman to junior year. If you did what you're supposed to, when you get to junior year, it's about enjoying your last.
You mean senior?
Yes, when you get to senior, it's about enjoying the last year of high school.
Complete opposite.
Like
grade 12.
Yeah, no, freshman to junior, you working. It's about taking hand of your business, so that when you get to the 4th year, it's about enjoying that senior year, enjoying the school trip, enjoying senior prom, enjoying everything.
It's fun at school.
Yeah, it's fun. Senior year, you look forward to senior year, the school trips and everything.
Oh,
yeah, it's fun.
And
then, like I said, if you did what you're supposed to do, you had the opportunity to we call it what we call it. Intern. It's like intern. It's like an intern where you're able to work. Some people work at fast food restaurants and gain some experience. Some people work at business offices, so you gain, especially if you want to be a business major, so you can work at an office or whatever. Yeah. So senior year is the best year. It's like the fun year.
For us, it's the most serious year ever. Because
so that's the difference, though.
That's when you really settle down.
Yeah.
And not settle down. That's like you put your heels in the ground and put your head down and work. Yeah, but actually, it starts at grade 11 because the results to go to university, most of them that you have to submit are from grade 11. So there's no playing in high school actually, because grade 10 is for me was a very hard year. Because that's where we choose our, the subjects that you want to really study, like our electives and stuff like that. And then grade 11 is preparation now for matric. And matric, you write this really big exam. It's a national exam, and everybody's serious about it. And results don't even come out from the school. They come out on a national newspaper.
Yes.
And it's like a big deal. Like if you did not pass, before they used to write down names, your school name and names of the student, your name and last name, surname. Now they just put the student number, because children were actually committing suicide because they finding out that they failed in public, literally. But matric is like the big year. We also go to matric dance. We call it the matric dance, which is your prom.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's a fun year only for that part that you have to plan your matric dance. But other than that, it's work hard till the end.
So now, for us, if you do what you got to do, it's all junior year. You preparing for what college you're going to.
Yeah.
So yes.
So let's get to that.
It's so for junior. And we also have a junior prom too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, some schools do have junior proms.
Oh, nice.
But it's about junior year. It's about preparing for college, knowing where you want to go. So that senior year, you have to enjoy. Now, if you don't work hard, you gotta focus. 12th grade, you gotta do all you can. You gotta work hard so that you can graduate, and then
So now you're going to college or university. Which test do you need to get to college or university. Because for us, it's matric. You know,
Yes.
that's why you have to really put your head down. Grade 11 in matric, your grade 11 results plus your matric results.
Yes.
So with your grade 11, that's what you get accepted conditionally with in a college or university. And then your grade 12 is like confirmation that, okay, you did just as well, you're allowed to come in.
Yes.
What about you?
Now, when we was in high school, we had to start taking tests, right? Yeah, and so one of the tests that we took was HSPTs,
Okay.
and another one is ACT.
What is HSPT?
High school proficiency test.
Oh.
High
okay.
school proficiency.
So you do that in
high school.
In preparation for college?
To go to the next grade or
No, I asked about college.
For college, yes.
Okay.
High school, but ACTs as well. And then another thing for college, not to graduate, because not everyone had to take it. It's SATs. So if you plan on going to college, if you have a desire to go to college, then you would take SATs.
You take them while you're still in high school.
You take them while you're still in high school. Junior, most of the time, you start at junior year, and you try to take as many times you want, so that you get the.
So you get a lot of tries. Oh, can we do that for South Africa, please?
Yeah.
Like, try a lot.
It's not a passing grade. It's not you don't have to take it. It's just for if you want to go to college. It's not to pass high school.
Oh, so what is there to pass high school then?
It's the ACTs
Oh.
and the HSPT. HSPT. So if you don't pass your HSPTs and your ACTs,
so then
you don't graduate.
what's the
and you got like 2 years.
So what's the
pass
qualification that you get once you've passed your 12th grade called?
a diploma.
So a high school diploma.
High school diploma.
Okay, for us it's called a matric certificate.
Yeah, no, high school diploma.
Right. Okay, that's good. So that's what you used to be admitted to university.
Yes,
Now,
SATs, and the higher your score, the better your chances of going to a great school.
A good one.
Yes, that's why you take SATs as many times, because you want the highest score that you can get. Because if you want to go to like Harvard, you need like a 1600. You know.
We won't go into that right now. We'll do it, and we'll do a feature another time how you get accepted, etc. Because that could take forever. You know, Americans, they like to complicate things. Yeah.
No, we don't complicate it. We just very unique.
Okay.
We just very unique.
Now we're in college, which we call Tina Ama University or Ama Technicon. In fact, it's no longer Technicons anymore. Everything is called now universities, right? It's either University of Technology or just regular university. Because when I was still in college, or I went to a University of Technology, which was formerly a technical school. I won't even go into that too much information, but now it's just called college, University of Universities, okay? And for us, I will just go through how that works, the years, in terms of what you get after how many years. So we have, you can actually go to school for 1 year and get a certificate.
Okay.
Go to college, like
same.
Public college, whatever, and get a 1 year certificate.
Same.
But it doesn't really do much for you, to be honest.
It's right.
It's just a certificate.
It's just a certificate.
Right. And then you can also do, like, I think 2 years in what we call FETs. So once you have a level 6, I forgot how they call it. Now, college or university, 3 years, you get what is called a diploma.
Okay.
So you get a diploma in high school.
Yes.
We get a diploma in university. If you go to a regular university, I won't explain the difference. Then it's a degree.
Okay.
Right. And then, so that's 3 years is what you get after 3 years.
Well, no, it's not 3 years.
There's no 3 years. Okay.
No.
So for us, it's diploma. And then 4 years, some universities is actually 3 years. If you go to like a straight university, it's 4 years. You now get a bachelor's.
Okay. After 3 years.
4 years.
After 4 years.
Some colleges, some it's 3. So let's just say between 3 and 4, depending on where you're going. Then that's a degree.
Okay. So we do have technical school, technical college,
right?
Where that's your trade schools.
So that's FETs for us.
Yes, that's your trade school. Your
schools,
plumbers, your technicians,
FETs.
or it's your different trades, trade school, HVAC, whatever it is that you want to do. That's technical college.
Right.
Then we have college.
Right.
And we have universities.
Okay.
Now I don't want to go into it too much because it's a lot. Because It doesn't matter, you know, you could be a 4-year college, you could be a 2-year college.
Right.
You could be universities, all 4 years.
Okay, to get a degree.
Yeah.
A bachelor's degree.
Yes, all university is 4 years. They don't have to, but you got.
For us, it's 3. It could be 3 or 4.
So you do have some colleges, and that's community. You have community colleges as well, which they only go up to 2 years, and that's associate's degree.
Okay.
So you get an associate's degree if you go to a 2-year community college or a 2-year college. You can get an associate's degree. It's a lot to distinguish what makes you a college and what makes a university.
Right.
So there's a lot into a lot of requirements
Right.
for a college to switch from a college to a university.
So that's why they just blanket it as college.
Yeah, or university.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
college.
mostly people refer to it as
College, yes.
Yeah.
It's mostly because it's all college.
For us, it's referred to as tertiary.
No, it's all college. Yeah.
Because, you know, like it's different options as well. So it's tertiary education. Okay. So when you're in tertiary education, like I said, the 3 or 4 years is a bachelor's degree. And then there's an additional year, which is called an honors degree.
Okay.
So that's now then you can count. So if you did not have, if you did, this school is confusing, right?
Yeah.
So if you did, a 3-year degree, for you to have an honors, you add 1 year.
Okay.
But if you did a 4-year degree, you don't need an honors.
Okay.
Because it's already included.
It's included.
Yeah. So an honors is a prerequisite for a master's degree.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And if you're doing master's full time, you only add 1 additional year.
Okay.
But if you're doing it, you know, part time, like myself, I think I did 2 years, I think, for master's degree if you're doing it part time. And then if you want to do a PhD now, like the doctorate,
yes,
that's an additional 2
2
years
years
or more.
Yeah, 2
for
years
us,
or
it
more,
can
yeah.
go up to like 5 years.
Yeah, for us it go up to 8 years.
I think maybe more even as well, but
Yeah,
it's just
8
crazy.
years.
And I know you guys do double majors and
Yeah,
triple
double
majors.
major, yeah, all that.
Yo, crazy stuff like
Yeah, you can do double major.
Americans. Oh,
Yeah, you
okay.
can do double major. So if you could do 1 year for your masters, but most people they take 2 years and they get their masters. So you could put it on.
Why
to
do they
your
take
thing.
2 years?
Because maybe they want to take their time
Oh,
to
okay.
get their masters.
Okay.
So you could do it in 5 years or you could do it in 6 years.
Okay.
And then once you get your master's, then your PhD. Once you get your PhD, it could take anywhere from 3 to 8 years. Now, here's the thing for your PhD. It don't take you long to take the classes. It only takes 2 years for classes. The rest of the years is your dissertation.
Yeah.
Your dissertation.
I think the same thing with us. Like, yeah. Anyways, whew, there was a lot, right?
There's a lot.
I know.
Yeah, and we had double major and all that. And
Triple majors.
Minor major. You could do a minor major. You could do a double major. You could do a minor and a major. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Now, I encourage people in America to have a minor and a major.
Let's not do that, please, because this South African is confused.
Don't take all the electives that they.
So is education free in the United States?
Primary public school is free.
Just only primary.
And high school.
Okay.
So public school and private school.
And private school is
private
free?
school. Some private schools. Some private schools you have to pay, but a lot of private schools is free.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
they can
interesting.
get grants for being in school,
Because for
so they don't have to
us,
charge.
private, oh my God, they can pay up to like $10,000 a year
Yeah.
for just a year to take
Yeah.
a child to school.
Okay.
So for us, education is not free. Parents have to pay for their children. Public school, private school,
What?
yeah. Unless you come from, a lower income family, the government will pay, but you have to like explain why you need to be paid for. But primary, high school, you still have to pay. Well, it differs where you go. Of course, public schools are much cheaper compared to private schools or Model C school like the one that I went to. I went to a multiracial school, and of course it's much more expensive than going to a school in the hood. Yeah. And even the education system is different, to be honest.
Yeah.
You get quality where you pay more, and you don't get that much quality when you pay less.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Yes.
When does school start in America?
September.
That's your school year.
Yes, September to June.
Okay, for us it's January to December.
January to December.
Yeah.
Okay, January to December.
The whole year.
The whole
January
year.
to December. So school officially starts in January.
Uh-huh.
And it closes in December. But in between the year, we have breaks.
We have breaks.
So about a week or 2 weeks at a time. And in December, remember, we have about a 3-week or a month break.
Month break, okay.
Then school restarts.
School starts.
But you get promoted to go to the next grade
in
December to start a new grade in January.
Yeah, now we get promoted in June to start the school year in
September. Yeah. What is really being studied mostly, because I find that Americans don't know much about the world.
No.
They only know about their own country. They don't know much about what's happening out there. They think, some of them just think that the world is made up of America.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally. That's why most of them think that Africa is a country. Yeah, they do think that.
We do.
Why is that?
No.
No, because you don't learn global history.
Yeah, because we teach in primary, middle school, elementary school, and high school. We teach American history.
Mm-hmm.
And South Africa teach
global, history, global history. Yeah, global history, where we learn about other countries.
Yes. No, we only learn about America. And
we learn about South Africa and other countries, so it's more international.
Yeah, so no, it's just America. And that's the thing that's a disadvantage for us, because they stuck on just teaching us just American history. Instead of expanding the history classes and learning more about the world.
They should change that. Anyways,
let's
come to the end of Sunday Fun Day.
Yes.
And hope that you enjoyed that. We'll keep on bringing, different topics about the differences, and we might even look at similarities in sooner features. But if you enjoyed that, we'd like you to press the like button, like this video, and also press the notification bell if you have not subscribed.
Yes, subscribe to the channel.
Subscribe to the channel and press the notification bell so that you get reminded of new videos that will be coming up. And also, we'd like you to write a comment to show us that you watched.
Write the comments.
Which part did you like? Write it down. What you got out of the video? Write it down. Even future topics that you'd like us to cover.
Future topics.
Tell us what you'd like us to cover and what you'd like us to cover.
We love your feedback. We love feedbacks, and so we read all your feedbacks, and so it gives us ideas on what to do next. So please, talk to us. Communicate with us.
Yes. But now we'd like you to follow us. Yes, so you can follow me at Lady Caesar1 on Instagram, or the both of us at Chilling with the Chaplins on all platforms. But you can follow LJ on
at Get Inspired by LJ on Instagram, and Get Inspired by LJ on YouTube. As well as, if you listen to the audio version, please do us a favor. If you follow us on the different platforms that we are on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, as well as Spotify. So, if you listen to us on the audio, we appreciate you. Hit the follow button. Follow us on these platforms, as well as give us a 5-star rating and write a review. It does help us to reach more people, and so we just appreciate you, and we thank you for and we love doing what we do and bringing you new topics each and every week.
Thank you. See you next week.
See you next week.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.